Welcome back to this week's video. Starting this one off, Deerwood, Minnesota. On our way up to Grand Rapids. Mandy and I got 3 days off. We're taking the camper up north. Gonna find something to do. Probably catch some fish. Probably not. It's a Thursday night and the traffic's getting busy. You can tell the weekend's coming. The plan is to get up into Grand Rapids. We're staying at Walmart tonight, bringing you guys with. Well, it's 11 o'clock at night. The parking lot's pretty much cleared out. Should be a quiet night. We're going to get up early tomorrow morning, go explore Itasca County. I found 11 boat landings that each have between 1 and 3 campsites at them. So hopefully tomorrow we can get into a dispersed spot all by ourselves, do some fishing. Should be good. I'll see you guys in the morning. Last night was super quiet here. About 11 o'clock, this parking lot pretty much shut down. We went into Walmart this morning, picked up some supplies. Now we're headed off.
Continue for 1 mile.
We're on a forestry road right now, coming up to Hay Lake, and it looks like there's a dispersed camping spot on here. I'm not saying that we're going to stay here tonight, but we'll see what it looks like. I thought maybe since I have 2 days off, we'd be able to check out a number of these sites. This is a really narrow road, about a mile long. I'm hoping that we don't meet anybody along this trail. Wow, let's check this out. This is a really nice spot. And this is where we're at. Right down the trail, we should have a boat landing. Let's go check it out. These are the times I wish I had a canoe. I don't know if that was a frog, maybe? Oh yeah, there's sunnies. You can see the sunnies there, but they're tiny.
I bet you could catch those.
So Mandy says she wants to try doing a little fishing, so maybe that's what we'll do. This way, I won't have that pressure of not catching a fish. Well, I'm set up with the frog. Mandy's picked some worms. She's gonna see if she can't catch some panfish. I've been getting a lot of really good tips down in the comments below, so today what I'm gonna try doing is actually throwing it more into the weeds. I did buy some braided line. I still gotta put it on the reel.
What's that?
My line snapped. What the? Golly. That's crazy.
Was that new line?
Yeah. Well, it is the line that came on the reel though, so. I mean,
really?
what do you do?
Okay, well, I'm not done yet.
This is not a fun job. So this is a 15-pound easy braid by Spiderwire. Hopefully, line's not going to break anymore.
Now that Kenny's gone, maybe we can catch a bigger fish. Oh my gosh, I think this is the smallest one yet. Yay! Not too bad of a little sunny. Don't eat. Just little babies. It's not a bad sized sunfish. We might have been able to cook up some fish tonight if I'd have kept them all. I'm really not sure how many this is compared to Kenny, but either way, I beat him.
There's obviously no fish in this lake. I tried. There's no fish here. So we're going to keep moving, see what else we can find. Hopefully we get into another camping spot that's just as good as this one. There's a lot of trees in this area, so it's hard for me to see on Google Maps exactly what these campsites look like. So we're definitely taking our chances. Well, we made it. Looks like there's a guy with a boat.
Your destination is on the left.
Oof, that dispersed campsite I don't think is going to work for us. Let's get out and take a look and see what this actually looks like here. Let's go check it out. It is very pretty up here. It's a little knoll that's right above the lake. This campsite's definitely for someone with a tent. It's not going to work for us. Unfortunately, the last people that were here left their mess. So we'll just pick this up really quick and get on the road. We're going to find our next spot. I'm gonna have to remove the pin from the phone on this one. That's just set up for a tent camper. The next spot's about 35 minutes north of here. Along the way, we do have a wayside rest, and I'm gonna check that out just because that might be an option for winter camping. It is a beautiful day out here.
In 600 feet, turn left onto County Road 19.
These little wayside spots are nice, and the state allows up to 6 hours of parking here. I've slept at them many times. I've never been to this one. Let's check this out. Just beautiful looking lake here. You have some informational signs here. They're getting pretty old. As far as rest stops, this is a really nice one. There's got to be a fish in there. And I'm here. We got the fishing rod. I'll also throw them out. I'm going to try putting it right along this weed line.
There's my fish.
Nice little rest stop on Pug Hole Lake, but I'm pretty confident that I proved there's no fish here. So let's keep on moving. I've never been in this part of the Chippewa National Forest, and one thing I'm really surprised about is the number of lakes. And they're not just like little ponds or swamps, they're actually gorgeous lakes up here, and they're everywhere. If you look at the screen on my Google Maps, you'll see said online that there's one campsite by the river and then 2 campsites down an old abandoned logging road, but those would be more like tent sites. I'm hoping that this campsite is the one we're gonna call home for tonight. It's about 3 o'clock, and I'd be all right with settling down. I don't think the camera angle shows how steep this hill is, but I'm worried the camper's gonna slide out of the back. Crazy, we're going downhill now. We went uphill, we gotta go downhill now. I'm so thankful that this truck has a hill descent control, because this is super steep. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say that we're gonna get to the end here, and this place is gonna be empty, because this road's pretty gnarly. The other thing that I see a lot of, if they're not empty, then the person that's packed up back here has probably been here for a couple of months. That's usually the way that it works.
Test it.
Yeah, I'll just put her in 4-wheel drive. Looks like there's a campsite right here splitting these 2 lakes. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Most beautiful campsite all year, hands down. You guys have got to see this. This is insanely gorgeous out here. Beautiful. So we've been here for a couple hours now. Local came down. He said that he saw me driving the trail and was absolutely amazed. He said in 15 years, he's never seen anybody try and bring a camper back here, so he had to come and talk to me. Mandy's been out fishing, and so far, so good. She's been catching a few sunnies, caught a smallmouth, so I think that means it's time for me to go see if I can't catch a smallie myself. Look at this one. Yeah. I mean, that is not a bad fish right there. We could definitely put that in the pan. Yeah. I don't know if I just have little sunnies biting out the tail or what. For supper tonight, we're going to be making stuffed peppers. It's one of Mandy's recipes. It's one of her keto recipes. We're going to get going on that before the sun goes down, so that way I can still do some more fishing. Now we're just going to add the zucchini, mushrooms, and onions into the sausage just to soften them up for a few minutes. Alright, we gave this a chance to cook down a little bit. So we're going to add some of this Rayo sauce right in there. Probably about a half a cup or so. Now we're going to let this cook for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be putting it into the peppers. I'm going to put the cheese inside the peppers, just on the bottom, and just a little bit. It's kind of like a layer. We'll come back and put cheese on the top right before it's done. It's going to go in the oven now at 350 for about 30 minutes. Well, we got supper in the oven. It's going to cook for about 30 minutes. Then I'll take it out, put the cheese over the top, put it back in for another 10 minutes or so. Now, it's just to sit and wait. I made supper. Mandy gets to do dishes. Mandy's gonna take the rod, try it for a little bit. I just can't believe that I cannot catch a fish. Even here, I cannot catch a fish. But the peppers are almost done, so let's go put the cheese on them. Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. Let's get these guys pulled out and see how they look. Now we're gonna get these guys back in the oven for about 15 minutes. That should be enough to brown up that cheese. Let's get these out, see what they look like. Not too shabby. I'll take it. Not a bad supper for out in the middle of nowhere. Supper was awesome. This here, it's got to be one of my new favorites. And you guys have been hearing me say that every week for the last couple of months. I've been getting out here and finding some awesome camping spots in Minnesota. It just never lets me down. Itasca County has more than 1,000 lakes alone. These places, they're everywhere. We're going to call it a night, guys. Mosquitoes are starting to come out. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Check out this sunset. Mandy's been fishing this morning. She caught herself another smallmouth. Just a baby one. I bet I've thrown 1,000 casts out there. I'm almost wondering if it's not some kind of oils or something I have on my hands. The only thing that I do different now than I've done different in the past is I use like a beard oil, and I'm wondering if that on my hands is maybe getting on the lures. I don't know. Right up the road here is where their other 2 campsites were. There was a couple on a Razor that came back here last night. Drove up there, I thought for sure they were gonna camp here, but they didn't. That campsite's about, half a mile away from this one. So it's not like we would have been on top of each other even if they would have came out here. Pretty sure the truck and camper could have made it through that water crossing, but the trees here starting to hang down pretty low. Definitely have some clearance issues. The mosquito population's gone down a lot here. The only thing I have bothering me this weekend, these darn horseflies. I found an old campsite. I don't think this is one that they even list as being a dispersed spot. They've got a bunch of benches along there, all kind of seating, a couple of tables that they made. That would be for hanging deer. Cool little hunting camp. I'm no Cody Lundeen. My feet, I ain't used to this. Another camping spot. This would be great if you were just tenting it. Little path going down to the lake. I gotta start making my way back up to the truck. Man, he's gonna wonder what happened to me. Well, even though I would like to stay here another night, they're actually talking about rainstorms coming through, so we kind of have to leave today. Probably in the next hour or two, start packing up, getting out of here. This has been an awesome spot. Well, we got her all packed up. We're ready to go. Gonna hit the road. Mandy said that she was actually scared on the drive in, so she's not looking forward to the drive out. She thought the truck was gonna tip backwards, and I told her that's not gonna happen. So you guys will see that next week. This week, this video is in the bag. So we'll see you again next Tuesday, and until then, be kind, be honest. We'll see you down the road.